Welcome to another Live on the Bank with me, Leon BARTROPP. Live Q&A with the community. We are at Sandhurst Lake, live on the bank. If you're watching this in playback, then thanks for watching. And what normally happens is for about 45 minutes to an hour, we all get together, ask lots of questions, give loads of advice, lots of reviews, and generally help each other out with your carp fishing questions and queries, and help you to put more fish on the bank this winter. Evening guys, hope you're well. Liam Thomas, Peter Rundles, the Welsh carp catchers, Lewis Maguire, Kaylee Bush, Sean Castle, Lawrence Lancaster, Sean Saunders, Richard Shaw. Evening guys, we've got 93 people in the house already. 100 people in the house. Let's just move this around a little bit. Good to see you all. Show was great, Derek, really good. I'm good, Aaron. Hi Kodak, good to see you, mate. Yeah, I like your hair, Mark. Graham the Dodge Green, good to see you. Sean Castle, Simon Tozza, Anne Maria Souza, Paddy Homebrew, David Etok, good to see you. All of you, good to see you. UK Carper, good to see you all in here tonight. And we're live from the bank at Sandhurst. Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me all right? Just a quick volume check. If you can hear me fine, just give me a thumbs up or a like or whatever. Graham Rowland, good to see you. Peter Richmond, the Vaping Carper, big old Tomo. Lee Amos, evening to see you. Going to be a chilly one tonight. Look who's here. Look at him. He's actually out the bag for a change, would you believe? I'm doing this on the iPad tonight, so it's a little bit different. Got a much better connection here at Sandhurst, so I thought I'd do it on the iPad. He's not in the bag, no. He's not in the bag. Oi, oi, Top Penguin, Adi, good to see you, mate. Yeah, loved Adi in his car singing, mate. That's just so wrong. So wrong, Adi. Good to see you, Bob Cable, as well, at the Sandown show. Have I tried the heater? There it is, look, there's the heater. Got that on the go. See you later, Anna, good for poking in. Ricky Gray and Paul, big shout out to you guys. It does work, but what I say about the heater, I use the word heater very loosely. It takes the edge off the coldness. It doesn't keep you warm, it just takes the edge off in the bivvy. You can't beat the Coleman. That's what you can't beat. Heater's over there. What the heater does, well, loosely, the heater takes the edge off the cold and it gives you a little bit of light. Is it worth buying? I probably wouldn't maybe bother. Taters tonight, Brian. I am absolutely boiling. Look, I haven't even just got my hoodie on. There's been a couple coming out over the weekend, AD. There was a few out in that cold weather. Evening P. Walster, 173 people in the house. That's a little, I think they call it the wood burner or something like that. But you put the tea lights in there and it just takes the edge off the coldness. That's not the Nash one. I haven't seen the Nash one. Mike Swift, missed me at the Saturday show, bud. Ended up in the carp shed making rigs up. No problem, Mike. Single pop-ups? Yes, Sean. Single pop-ups. I've got the front on my Tempest well and truly on, Brian. That's for certain. Yeah, it is warm. I've got the old Coleman going. Evening, Mark Webster. Carpy Steve-O. I definitely had them in my mix if I was putting bait out. Black chickens feed your family, Sandhurst. We need food, yeah. He's got his heater on all. Hi Nick, good to see you, mate. Good that you got your hood eventually, the third time of sending it out. Yeah, definitely, Nick. Yep, Dean Cousins, good to see you, mate. Yes, Mark Burberry, I definitely cure my hook baits. I've just done a video, one of my winter series, #1, about curing your pop-ups. Next one that's coming out Friday is about curing your boilies. Bob Cable, yes, still get 10%. We've got to reset that. Obviously, because of the Black Friday, it was 15% off of the Black Friday. Yeah, I know, Dominic. Yeah, I might just leave the rods on the floor and stay awake all night. Ron Clark, Leon, did you see the bed chair heater stall near the Jag stand at the show? If so, what did you think? I did. I saw it on Friday when we set up. We went and had a quick walk round. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's just an extra thing to carry, isn't it? David Yarman, I was at the ground floor by the stairs on the Summit tackle stand. The water temperature tonight, Dan B, is 6.5 degrees, so it's dropping. Carp dog's good. Here he is, look. Where is he? I can see him. Oh. Couldn't see the carp dog then, sorry. I've got the sticks out at the moment, Mark Burberry. I'm at Sandhurst, Matthew. Andrew Knuckles Sandhurst, it's fishing very slow at the moment, but I have seen a couple today, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, might get one. Peter Reynolds says he's got the Summit tackle set up, excellent quality. Bait King one says, do you ever use paste to wrap around your hook base? Yes, I do sometimes. I didn't really have time to go and have a look at anything really, Sean. I was busy working. Top pen, what I do is I just touch the screen on the iPad. If you can see, I just touch the screen and it moves it up and down, AD. Willie Holly says, I'm fishing a small pond tomorrow which is heavily stocked. Any tips to catch carp in this cold weather? I would use little PVA mesh bags of crushed boilie or little pellets or things like that, and just cast about until you find the fish. But they should be all together. MJ Mercy, hi mate, me and Jamie and Matilda are in the house. Have you got a date for an up north show? I will be at the Northern Angling show, if that's any good. Good to see you, Raymond Ellis. Yeah, that's a good little tip there from Brett Dunmo. He wraps his paste around his lead as well. Lewis Worrell says, can you recommend some good winter footwear? I wear either Burgess with the merino socks, which I keep putting the link up to. I never get cold feet. Or there's a Canadian boot company called Baffin, but you can't get their boots over in England. I've got a pair, but they stopped selling them over here. I've got 3 hinge stiffies on, Bob. Evening, Paul White. Yep, come and see us, Dean. We'll get you sorted out. What am I hoping for Fishmas, Kaylee? Don't know really. A couple of books and things like that. I think Mrs. B is giving me some money towards the Tempest that I bought. M25 Brian Mills, that was a nightmare the other day. Damage Report says, what would you advise to give someone who's thinking about doing vlogs but has not done them before? Just do it. Just do it. When I started doing them, I look back at one of the first or 2 ones I've done and they were terrible. Just keep doing it. Just get them out there and the better you get. You can do it all on your iPhone. I started off with the iPhone before I started using a dedicated camera. Christopher Glee said, what rig did you have the 30 plus mirror on a Vlog 10? That's the one I posted yesterday on the YouTube channel. That was on a hinge stiffy. What's working? We're catching in cold weather right now. Oh, Depends on the lake really, Neil Harvey, but little bits, little white 14mm pop-ups. Tom Owen says, do you ever fish single solid bags in the winter? It adds just that little bit of traction than a single. Yep. I'm not really a bag person really, Tom. I put a little mesh bag on the end of a rig sometimes, but not really a bag. Danny Glee says, what do you wear in a sleep bag at night? I wear this hoodie, and I wear the Army bottoms. Yep, 235 in the house now, Lawrence. What's Mrs. B cooked this week? Mrs. B cooked another one of her special curries, which I've eaten already. Yeah, ski techs are good. They're just quite big and bulky. I've never really liked them. Damage Report says he remembers seeing me on Urban TV. Yep, I remember. Hi, Dennis Williams. Keep on keeping on, Raymond. Hi, Leon. How can I get some fours boilies from? Tariq, I'm not sure what you mean by fours. Oh, Dave Parry, there you go. Baffin boots available at eBay, UK suppliers. But are they the right ones, though, Dave? That's the thing. Ski Tex boots are good, Bob, if you like them type. Sleep with them off, definitely. Carpy Steve-O, look at that. He must say Saturday night was crap without me. Carpy Steve-O, you know, feeling the love there. Evening, Trevor Gilman. Yeah, they do come up big, Luke. These are massive. These are really big. But, Luke, that's what I like about them. I like them that they're really big. Hi to Layla Cuddy. A little shout out to you, David Cuddy's daughter. Water temp is 6.5 degrees. Mike Swift, I haven't done a demo on the stiff hinge rig yet, but I will do. Black chicken pie, Roy, yeah. I can't use boilies or nuts on the pond I'm fishing tomorrow. What baits would you suggest? Give zigs a go, Will, or sweet corn, maize, little bits of what's that little spicy sausage thing? Try that. Yep, cold one tonight. Chris Sand says he's fishing a gravel pit on Thursday in 5 days. Any tips would help. If you go into 5 days, I'll probably put a little bit of bait out, not a lot, and fish singles over the top of that, single pop-ups. Hi, inline carping. Hi's big soup for you tonight, Richard. Yep, lovely. Hi, Dave Booth. Good to see you here. Sean Saunders asked, what sleeping bag are you using now the colder nights are coming in? I've got the Fox sleep system. That's what I'm using, with a nice cover. Adam Wally says, what made you start vlogging? I don't know, I suppose I was just bored and tired of seeing the same old advertised product-based stuff on YouTube and just fancied doing it myself. Wayne Pettigrew says, the peak carpers on matey. Wayne and Glenn, thank you for your photo with your Sunday note. With pleasure, always a pleasure, Wayne. I've seen a couple, Brad. I saw a couple just before dark, right behind my spot. Thanks, Rooster. Wishing me good luck. Graham Rowland says, I got some trousers, look like a clown. What do you mean look like a clown, Graham? These, look how wide they are. But that's what keeps you warm. It keeps all that heat inside. I didn't get a chance to look at the new base layer, David, but I should be getting a set, I think, just to have a look at. The Penguin helped out Saturday night. Yeah, definitely Chris Barker. If you look, if you see there, look, I've got a big gap. Look at that big gap, look. There's the cooker. There's the big gap. Great big gap for ventilation. Oh, sorry about that. Just dropped the old iPad. Evening, Teo. Black chicken pie, Daniel. That's the one, Raymond Ellis. These are the softies. They're very baggy. Kaylee Bush says, my Mr. B treated me to a new sleeping bag that should keep me warm for the winter nights out. Oh, lovely, Kaylee. Adam Hollis says, hi Leon, I have a Tracker Armo with winter wrap, which is superb, but a pain in the arse to set up for us old boys. However, I've got a Tracker Tempest brolly. I was thinking of buying a wrap print. Yep, it's a lot quicker to set up, Adam. Dominic Carter says, after watching Leon, I suggest all get over to ESP's site as Terry Heard has a fantastic new video, chatting and fishing. Was that the one about Mr. Fox, Dominic? What a brilliant, absolutely stupendous video that was, Dominic. Quick release, Dean. Evening, Ian Green. Chris Barker, evening. Roy Close, did you see the 5 tips on YouTube about the Tempest? No, I didn't. I'm in the car park, Dennis Williams. Kevin Kelly, good to see you. Thanks, Willie Wasson. Thanks for the kind comments, Roy. No, I don't have my tackle insured, Danny, only with the house insurance. I am in the silk tonight, Chris Barker asks. Mr. Fox, that's the one, Dominic Carter. What a brilliant video that was. Can't be Chris Dodd, good to see you. Water temperature, Wesley, good to see you, Wesley Elvin. Long time no see, mate. The water temperature is 6.5 degrees. Still warm enough to get a bite in. What's my favourite colour hook bait in winter? Oh, normally a bright white one or a pink, washed out pink. Yellows are good. I haven't got the dogger coat yet, but I will be, Peter. Yep, I've got the quick sticks as well. Luke Harvey fishing says he can't get in the bank in the week, so I just play Euro fishing on the Xbox. Love it. Cheers, Dennis. Best colour pop-ups for winter, Ricky Gray asks. I like white, washed out pink, yellow as well. Joanne Coates, see what is the price on Welly now? I believe it's £2,000. It's a bloody expensive ticket. I won't be able to afford it next year. Nothing yet, Derek Smith. Just try and find them, Will. Inline carping. Get yourself over there to look at his little channel. I've got the dog alarm system, definitely, Dominic. Yeah, it's keeping me warm, this. Definitely. Oh, look. Oh, look. 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 Look, he's trying to get in. Here he is, look. There he goes, look. Go on then. He wants to get in, look. That's him. That's him gone for the night. You won't see him again. Look at him, Adam Riley. Bless him. There he is. He's gone in now. He's gone in the bag. David Hall says he used to use liquid for bream fishing called worm extract years ago. Do you remember it? I do remember it. Can you still get it? I'm not sure. I think Van der Reed done it, a company. I'm not sure if you can. Don't need a hot water bottle with him, Camo, for certain. No, I don't drop my hook size in the winter, Roy. I keep it all the same. It's like having an electric blanket around my feet. Evening, Ben. Stuart Cox says he's seen a pic of the Summit low profile pod. Looks pucker. Yep, I saw it in the weekend, Stuart. It's proper nice. I don't like pods, but that's the one I'm getting. How do I cope with the long nights? Nick May asks. Talking to you guys. I watch YouTube, I tie rigs up, I think about me fishing. You know. That's the one. Brasm, Dominic Carter. That's the one. Evening, Dell. Thanks. Look at him. Get a t-shirt. I will do. I might just get one. Look at him. Yep, Sean Castle. I think you'll probably find it's exactly the same product. Hi Stephen Manning, good to see you. 227 in the house. I'm doing a 48. I go home tomorrow. Carp fishing dreams. Yeah, a bit chilly tonight, Billy Martin says. Matty Russian says, have I had a look at the Rich Monkey hooks? No, I haven't had a look yet, Matty. Joel Duck says, watch your Leon, shallow lake, find the fish or bait a spot. It depends on how long you're going to stay for. If you're doing a quick session, I'd try and find the fish. But also, if I was going back to the same lake week on, you know, every week for the weekend or whatever, I'd start baiting a spot, definitely. Norfolk Carpet says, should Deeper Pro work in 2 feet of water? Is there any way to adjust? No, I don't think there is. I think you've got to be about 4 or 5 feet minimum before it starts working properly. Evening Hoxton. Richard Eddy says he's got the Jag pod, the adjustable one in stainless steel. Jag makes some brilliant pods as well. Shout out to Glenn Culverson, who's a new viewer. Well, I hope you subscribed, Glenn. Hi, Kevin Kelly. He says, keep on keeping on. He loves the vlogs. Thanks, Kevin. Much appreciated. North Korea's 5 ballistic missile, is it? Oh, blimey, that's like every week it does that, doesn't it, Dylan? I really like that Nash hide, Wayne. Carl Insta says, which barrow did you get? Will you do a review? I got the tri-porter and I've incorporated it into a couple of vlogs time. What's the next gadget, Carby Steve-O? Oh, I think I might be not too sure, but I managed to pick one of these up. One of those up from the show, so I'll be giving that a go. So you'll be able to see that in some of the blogs. Will Hoddy says, best tips to find a fish tomorrow. What should I look for? Only doing a day session. Look for showing fish or areas where snags are or where the sun hits. And just keep it, you know, fish singles or little bags or something like that. Richard Edney says, having trouble with his Delkims as I bought them 4 months ago, but the rain seems to get into him and they make funny sounds. I'll take them back, Richard. I used to have Delkims, exactly the same thing happened to me many, about 20 years ago, but I haven't bought another set since. I had nothing at all on this trip, Brian Silver asked. Daniel Spencer, did you grab a Nash strawberry deal? No. Gildris, good to see you, mate. Mr. B, do you ever use small boilies in winter? I do in my spod mix. Little 10 millers or chopped up baits. Getting posh, can't be Steve, eh? Yeah. Yeah, they make a lovely cup of coffee, I'm led to believe, Richard. Anthony Cox says, Leon, in a lake, if a lake is full of cats, what bait would you use and how can I bypass them? Anthony, now is the best time to fish those lakes where the cats hibernate. Them fish will feed all winter. Now is the time to fish. Mike Swift says, are you going to do thermal mugs? Unfortunately, not at the moment. Good to see that you're good, Wesley. Thanks for the kind comments about bagging the chunk. Yeah. Weekend was good, Tommy Duke. Lewis Carper says, really love your videos, and what alarms do you use? I use the Neville's, Stevie Neville's, Mark 3, I think they are, with the receiver. Mark Beavers, good to see you here, mate, hope you're well. Steve Berry says, looks like the box that the Ridge Monkey hooks come in costs more than the hooks. Oh dear. Tommy Bryson says, how was the Sandown show at the weekend? It was very good, Tommy. It was a little bit quiet on the Saturday, but Sunday it was busy as anything. Stephen Borum says, Leon, what do you think of Darren now? No comment. Black chicken then who's cooler? Shout out to Mr. Bill. Roy Gifford says, Leon, looking for some new rods that give a good chuck. What do you recommend, as my old Fox XTs are a bit dated now? I used to have a set of XTs as well, Roy. I quite like them. Have you looked at the Hutchison DMXs, I think? I think they're about 150, 160 quid, and they can really chuck a lead with them. UK Carpet said, what's the coldest the water has been, Leon, when you've caught in? About 5 degrees. Well, I've caught here in this swim on my one of my last winter blogs from last year when it was 3/4 of the way frozen. Toby Blackman says, my delks do that. Just got some nevs, but yet to use them. Leon, what's meant by flat spots? Well, when you look out into the lake and you've got a little ripple and then you get a flat spot, as if you've got hemp, that's a flat spot. Yep, speak to you soon, Mark. Thanks for popping in, mate. I will be at the Northern Angling Show, Bait King. No problem, Anthony. David Kelly says, have you used the heater and is it good? And is it as good as made out? I would say, here it is, look. There's the heater. I'm using it now to test it. And I wouldn't call it a heater as such. It takes the edge off the coldness, but it doesn't heat the bivvy, that's for certain. It's got to be carby, thanks mate. Ben Gilmaster, random question, how do you like your coffee? Just thought to ask with Coffee Maker, looking forward to the review. I like it with milk and 2 sugars. Coffees and Dreams says, do you use hook sharpener? Yes, I do. I get the pinpoint hooks, pre-sharpened ones, but when I catch a fish on them or they're slightly blunt, I don't throw them away because they're very expensive. What I do is I file them up until they're sharp again. Some of my hooks that I've used, I'll catch 3 or 4 fish on them. A little shout out to Madison as she is sitting here watching us. She's 12 and just started getting into carping. Well, there's a little shout out to you, Madison Edney. There you go. John Tinsley, evening, mate. Mono or fluoro, Gary Kane says. Both. I use mono and a fluoro leader. James Green, good to see you. Thanks, Matty Rushton. He says his Syndicate Lake was 5 degrees last week. No problem, no. Stuart Cox, yes. Any social news? Looks like it's going to be the 24th of June next year. On here, on Sandhurst, Stuart. So I've pre-booked it. And I'll be putting some more details up about it after the new year. Lewis Werrell says, do you prefer pop-up rigs or zig rigs through the winter? I fish both. Put more tea lights in it. I think there's enough in there already. Now, did you see some Obsessive Carpers vlog? A cormorant eating a moorhen or coot? Bizarre, mate. Never seen that before. I've never seen that either. They must be hungry. Can't beat the Coleman, Adam, for heating the bivvy. Temp on the bank tonight. Oh, it's about 2 degrees and about 6 degrees water temperature. They're still on the naturals, Matthew. Brett Dunrose, thanks for stopping in, mate. Yeah, it's quite difficult, Nick. How difficult do you think it is for me having to answer all the questions? Yeah, Mike Blake, big up the pinpoint hook, super sharp and need only touching up with a stone, exactly. Once they go a little bit blunt, I just touch them up again. Dean Cousins says, what type of hooks do you use on the multi-rig, Leon? I use normally a size 4 sort of stiff rig, a chod hook. Andrew Butcher says, just got some new reels. Any good mainline you recommend? The Gardner GT HD or the ESP Synchro. Both very good and hard-wearing lines. Mrs. B put in for me, James Green, the old curry again tonight. Yeah, looks like, Sean, I'm in there with that Kimberley. Yeah, definitely. Brian, you old dog. Graham the Dodge Green's off to watch Leicester beat Spurs. Laters, mate. Thanks for popping in. Will flooding affect the way carp feed in the lake? Quite possibly, Andrew, because you get all the cold water coming to the lake and they will stop feeding, in my experience. Comrade Paluch, evening Leon, just 2 minutes away from me, Leon. Hopefully you'll catch something, fingers crossed. Thanks, comrade. MJ Moore says, got his son some Winchwood 101 rods for Xmas. What a rod for the money, £350. Yep, good to see you as well, Andrew Butcher. Dean Cousins, another vote for the SP Synchro line. David Jones says, have you ever fished the Cotswold Water Park, Leon? No, unfortunately, no, I haven't, David. Dean Reeves says, evening, Leon, off to Sandhurst Thursday for 3 nights. Are they showing much? I've seen a couple. Not a lot, just a couple. Carpy Steve says, why did they stop making black cat heaters? Oh, I'm not sure that they had, Carpy. Gildriss says, you keep saying they're on the naturals. When do you think they will stop eating all these snails and blubberers? When the water temperature stays cold? And the naturals, they've eaten all the naturals. Yep, I quite like the triport at the moment, Simon. Dennis Williams said he had the mirror cracker out of the same peg. Rest in peace. Yep, that was a lovely fish, that one. Matt Jones, good to see you, mate. Thanks, Matthew Farnham says, best of luck. Yeah, both of those Dominic Carter I can recommend, the Gardner GTHD or the Pro Light. I've used both of them, never had any problems with them. I quite like the show, Stephen, thank you. Lee Beale says, have you used the Rich Monkey fluorocarbon and is it any good? I haven't, Lee, I'm afraid, so I can't really tell you what it's like. Evening, Simon Ward. Rooster Nelthorpe says, are you going to do a Christmas special? I possibly will do, yes. I'll put on my little Santa hat and we'll do something a little bit different. Hopefully, Mark, you will get a black chicken hoodie or mug or t-shirt for your Christmas. Evening, Steph. This is what you want, Mark. One of these black chicken mugs. Yeah, I'd love to fish up there, David. One day, maybe. There's no weed at all, Brad. Billy Martin says, why do most lakes ban braided mainline? Any idea? I think it's because this is such thin line, and if it snaps off and it gets wrapped round something, like bird life, things like that, it just can't get it off. With nylon, you've got more of a chance, it's a bit more pliable for actually getting off it. Colin Osborne, Leon, do you have a link to the heater? I don't, Colin, unfortunately. I think the carp dog does need a Christmas outfit, James. I would start using the maggots now, Sean. I've got all 3 rods on the hinge stiffy tonight, Carpy Stevo. I use a back-to-back granny, John Life. He asked, what knot do you use for joining your fluoro lead to your main line? A back-to-back granny. Evening, Ian Smith. Mike Blake asked, Leon, with these long dark nights, what do you do for entertainment? I do these live feeds, Mike. Mike Swift says, are you going to do any thermal black chicken mugs? If I could source them, Mike, at a reasonable price and someone could send them out for me, then I probably would. Show was good, Ian. Black chickens are awesome. Good to see you, mate. Thank you very much, and thanks for dropping in. Stuart Cox says his tackle safe ain't just safe, it's safe, still in the cupboard. Yep, I have to have a look at that, UK Carper. Thanks for that. Wish.com. Back-to-back grinner, that's the one, Brian. I always get that confused with that one. Yes, Martin. Yes, I do fish in France occasionally. Itang 5 I've fished recently, a couple of years ago. She's getting a good Christmas present. Don't worry about that, Mrs. B is. I'm fishing tonight at Sandhurst Lake here. Yes, Carl Williams, he asked, do you dust your pop-ups in liver powder? Yes, what I do is, I'll give them a little dose of like beta stem or hemp oil or chili extract. Let that soak in for an hour. Then I'll dust them with liver powder and green lip mussel. Dust them in, let them suck right in, mature, and I won't use them for probably 24 hours to 48 hours. James Green, his son Riley says hello. A little shout out to James Green's son Riley. Yeah, can't be Steve-O, definitely. When I told you about the lasers, you mustn't point them at anyone because you will get nicked. I'm using, Michael Watkins asked what bivvy, he says what divvy you use in the winter. I presume you mean bivvy. The Tracker Tempest V2. Dennis Wim says, Leon, do you do tops in pink? I do, Dennis, for the women. I've got a whole women's range of hoodies on the website, www.leoncarper.com. Gilders, idea for the next vlog, show us how much of the gear you're packing on your barra. I'm still trying to work out how to pack it at the moment, my barra, because it's a new one. I'm using my tackle safe, Stuart. Little shout out to Indy Etok. Look at him, Jay Goodson. You missed him, he's in there. He was up here, he was having a look a minute ago. Cheers, Sean. Simcox says, hope I catch a whacker. Parks, he says, do you think the carp stop feeding altogether at a certain temperature? No, I've seen them feeding when it's been ice, when the lake's been frozen underneath the ice. It's lovely, the chimichurri recipe, Dean. Brian Mills says, what's the difference between liquid betaine and beta stim, Leon? Absolutely nothing at all, Brian. As far as I'm aware, they are both one and the same. Haven't got a fish yet, CR Fishing asked. Oh, one of your syndicate members is a consultant for Summit Tech also. Oh, which one's that, Ian? I'm not a consultant for Summit though, Ian. The obsessive carper says, evening on, I've got bloody man flu, no fishing this week. That's not good, is it, the obsessive carper? Good to see you here anyway, mate. Evening, mates, 387. A New Year's Eve special. I'll probably be ratted by then, Richard. Paul Burstow says, do you stop spotting now it's getting colder? Actually, I don't really spot a lot in the summer, autumn or spring months. I do most of it in the winter. I'll have a look at that, Stephen Harding. Thanks for that. Evening, Phil Warby. Dominic Carter says, read the braiding lines. Back in the day, old braiding line was so stiff. Yep, I remember it was like cheese wire, definitely. And it was terrible at the carp's mouth, it was. Things have moved on, but the rules haven't. Yep. Adam Sutton says, is there a reason a lot of people switch to pop-ups this time of the year rather than fish a single bottom bait? Reason being, Adam, is because there's a lot of leaves on the bottom and I want to present my hook bait up in the water so the fish can see it and it's not masked by any leaves or anything like that. Mike Blake says, did you get rid of the foam filled tie on your barra? It's still indoors. Thanks, Wayne. Can't be Steve-O. That coffee machine might tip your barra over the edge. It might well do. Daniel Spencer asks, how did you get on with your barra wheel in the end? I actually bought a different barra, Daniel. I bought a tri-porter. Yeah, that was crazy, obsessive carp, that cormorant. I haven't seen it yet, but I will do. A little shout out to David Etok's gorgeous sister-in-law, Sarah. Is she single, David? That's the one, Eileen. I've just got one of them Chinese stainless heater tube things on eBay, only a tenner. I'll let you guys know if it's any good. I think that's exactly the same one as I've got. Dave Bodman, yes, Ian, I know him well, yeah, really good guy, Ian. Yeah, Peter Stim is a carpy trade name, exactly, Dominic. Alfie Gamer says, what colour pop-ups have you got on? I have got white ones and I've got pink ones wrapped in. I've got them glugged up with a beta stim and the liver powder around them. Thanks, Dan B, for popping in. Evening, Adam Garland. Look at him. I haven't heard of that one, Roy. I'm sure someone will. Martin, you're liking this live black bank thing? Yep. No problem, Peter Fuller, good for popping in. Yeah, it's definitely Brass Monkeys, Graham Turner. Greetings from Holland, Martin T. Adam Garland, the carp dog's already been on. You haven't been on quick enough. That's the problem to see him. He's tucked away now. You missed his little cameo appearance, Adam. Andrew Crossy says, how would you fish a lake affected by flooding, Leon? I probably wouldn't fish it, Andrew, because I wouldn't know if the fish is still in there. I use the laser for scaring the black chickens. Jay Gooden says, me and the Garlands fishing out of the shed. Mrs. G sorted out a lovely meal for the unclear dungeon. Will Anal says, Ronnie or hinge stiff? Definitely hinge stiff. Yeah, Dominic Carter says, set fire to the foam field, Will. That'll warm the bivvy, definitely. Here's Kimberly Baker again. I think we're going to have to block her, I think. Stuart Unzi, good to see you, mate. Get your baps out, Brian Mills, you old devil, you, Brian. No problem, Matthew. Jog on, Kimberly. Yeah. Dean Cousins has joined the one of the team members for the SSP. Yep, you'll enjoy that bait, Dean. I've had a lot of input into some of their products, so you know I wouldn't be using it myself. Ian Smith uses the Tri-Porter Power 24 volt. Bit of luxury there, Ian. Evening, Darren Lamy. Brian Silver, I love it. Raymond Ellis. Sean Castle said, everybody's doing the lives now, you're a trendsetter. But there's only one original, isn't there, Sean? That's the thing. Will Holly says, have you ever fished in the Midlands? Is Peterborough the Midlands, Will? Bob Cable says, what's your views on the Ronnie rig? I've put it on once and took it off very quickly. I don't really like it. It's not for me. Yes, you, Brian. Wayne Pettigrew's going out Boxing Day for 4 days. Any good tips? Oh, depends where you go. Go, Wayne, excuse me. She's not single, but that doesn't stop her. Loves a man with black chicken hoodie. Love your style, David. Matthew, I am at Sandhurst now. Peterborough's East Anglia. There you go. I call it up north, Brian. Pens Hall, Wayne Pettigrew. Oh, that I've heard of that, but I'm not sure where it is. I'll just try and, if you go for 4 days, I'll probably put a little bit of digestible bait out and stick on it, unless you see them somewhere else, and then move. Brian, you're getting out of control, mate. Julian Demotarg, good to see you, mate. Tight lines, great blogs, thank you very much. Hello, Paul H. Watford is definitely north for me, Brian, definitely. Anything north of North London's north for me. Sounds about right, Mark Beavers. Not sure if we're going to the Carping On show or not. Not too sure. We may still be there, Ian. Fishing Blade says, what size summit front and rear bank sticks do you use for your buzz bars? I use both 12-inch, and I've got the 3-rod mini fixed buzz bars on there, because I like them nice and tight. Yep, I think so, Matthew. Yeah, I agree with you there, Dominic. Parksy, what's the furthest north you fish? It's pretty difficult up here in Sunderland. Parksy, I feel your pain, mate. That is, I doubt if there's many waters up there at all, is there? Near Sunderland. The furthest north I've fished is Leeds. Cheers, Raymond Ellis, for the kind words. Stuart Unzi says, slack or tight lines in winter? It really depends the swim and the topography of what I'm fishing over. Coventry's West Midlands, yep, Wayne. I'll try and get there, Ian. Let us know how you get on, Paul H, on his 48 hours session the weekend. Adam Garner's blanketing in the shed with Jay. Fishing hard, mate, but you got to keep on keeping on, Adam. Got to keep on keeping on, mate. I'm sure if you stay there long enough, you'll catch one. It might have a long tail and a little snout. Richard Edney said, do you come out to Cambridgeshire to fish Leon? Furthest I fish is Peterborough. That area. No, not many about in Sunderland, is there, Parksy? Feel your pain, mate. No problem, Anthony. That's the one, Roy. Eric's Lakes in Leeds. I fished there, did 2 nights on there, I think. Caught one and lost one. The lake's looking very good, James. Shame I can't show you because it's in the dark. Banger to the wanger. Brian Mills says, how do you target the bigger fish? It depends, really. If I'm fishing a lake where the bigger fish have got a set routine of where they generally get caught from, then I target that area. Otherwise, I just try and catch whatever I can, and hopefully one of the bigger ones will come along. Ian Smith says, can you recommend a good winter suit? Ian, I use a 3-layer system. So merino wool underlayer, softies, you know, the old snug pack stuff, and a hoodie, and then like an SJ9 jacket from Fortis, snug pack, something like that. That'll keep you warm all winter. Keep on keeping on, James, that's the one. Mark Beavers, I suspect when I get home tomorrow, Mrs. B will have decorated the tree a bit up and everything. Good to see you, Paul Pard. Not many lakes around Crystal Palace, is there, mate? Yeah, where is Kimberley? There you go, I fished in Northampton with Adam Garland many moons ago. See you soon, Adam. Give me best to Jay. Matthew Hines says, did you get any bargains at Sandown? I got some gas, and I got one of those Navitas coffee makers. Moyes at Sunderland loved him not. No, we've got him now, Roy. West Ham. I'm on the bottom at the moment on pop-ups, Jonathan. Yes, Stu Unzi, be good to have a only takes one bite social next year. Well, I've pre-booked this lake, Sandhurst, for the weekend of the 24th, 25th of June. So more details to follow in the new year. Stu Loft says, hello, Lou, any idea if the new Shimano Power Aero 14,000s are worth the money, and how's the GTHD behaving after a while? Hi, Stu. I don't really know the Power Aero's 14,000s very well, but Shimano do make some good reels. And the GTHD has been behaving very well, but I am about to re-spool it and rechange it to another spool of GTHD. So I've really abused it, and it's starting to get a little wiry after 10 months of use. You know it, Mark. My missus loves Christmas. She started buying Christmas presents back in September. I haven't seen the new winter suit, Ian. Loving that, Graham. I do, Adam. I need some decks in here, I tell you. I'm getting posh, yeah. Do you wear any joggers under the softies or just have them? I have them. I have me merino under. Merino. Look, there's me merino. I have that and just the softies, mate. Warm as toast. No problem, Mark, for accepting you into the closed group. Only takes one bite. Everybody's welcome in there. All angling abilities, everyone. As long as you're not an idiot, of which I've got rid of a couple lately who are trying to sell raffle tickets on there. Yeah, I'm glad you like the Facebook group, Thomas, as well. Philip Grimshaw, good to see you as well. I wish Kimberly was in the Facebook group, Dominic. Don't worry about that. Hi, Lil. Bought the EC power bank. It's great. Didn't like my Smock e-cig though. Oh, don't know about that, Tony. Tell you what I use. Where is it? This is what I use, Tony. Look at that. Connect that to me power pack and charge the batteries up in there. Glad you all like the Facebook group. If you haven't got into the Facebook group yet, a closed one that no one can see, only us, do a search on It Only Takes One Bite, one word. Get yourself in there. No problem, Paul H. We'll get you in there. Ian Smith said, have you seen the thin silk gloves with a 9-volt battery in? They are great. I can imagine they keep your hands really toasty in. Yep, I think so, Tim. Kimberly may give a new meaning to It Only Takes One Bite. I've got loads of gadgets to get, Danny. You won't believe the gadgets I've got. Dab radio, everything. No, actually, David, I don't. I just smoke the old pipe quite a bit. So I need lots of batteries. Good luck, Stu. Thanks for popping in. No problem, Paul H. No, you can't beat the old hot dog foot warmer, the old carp dog. What's my best gadget? Mrs. B is my best gadget. Mike Smith. It's Mike Swift. No, I can imagine that would be quite an unpleasant, Roy, wouldn't it? Wearing those electric gloves when having a wee. No, of course not, Richard. It's all for everybody to join in on the Facebook group. Anyone wants to get in there, just ask. Which dab? I use the Roberts. There's the Roberts one, look. The Roberts radio, the dab one. Darren Wilson says, Neil, will Carl G be getting you a set of black cheating blinds at Christmas? I hope so. Yeah, definitely roll-ups. I smoke about 60 roll-ups a day when I was fishing, Mark. Carp Dog John, he's in the bag. Well, catch a few of them rats for me, Mike. Stephen Bromley says, Leon, what do you think is the best winter bait, frozen or self-life? It depends on what you have confidence in, Stephen. The thing is, nowadays, there's not a lot of difference in between frozen and self-life anymore. Bob Cable, the Roberts one. Have a look at that one, look. Have a look at that one, Dab Radio. I put in 4 of the big batteries and they probably last me 2 sessions. Raymond, this is the, you can't actually get this this one yet, but I can't get a proper picture of it. It's slightly heavier gauge than the other hoodies. Stephen Hardy says, why do you like adding liver in winter? I add it all year round, but it especially comes into play even more in the winter time. The minerals, the amino acids, all the vitamins in there. The fish, it's not a question of fish liking it, they need it. They need certain amino acids and minerals in that liver powder. They love it. MJ Moore, good to see you, mate. Little shout out to Jamie and Matilda. See you later, Sean Saunders. Yeah, let us know how you get on with it, Mark, with his 200D. I'm not sure, but Mrs. B bought it for me for a Christmas present a couple of years ago. I think they're about 60 quid though, right? I think they're quite expensive. Mike Blake says, is it true the carp's eyesight diminishes in the colder months? Quite possibly, Mike. I think all their senses diminish a little bit. Hence why I like boosting me hook baits and me boilies with liver and liquids and things like that. Tommy Bryson says, a really good question here. Do you ever worry about catching Welsh disease when out fishing? Always, Tommy. I've never caught it, fingers crossed. I know loads of people who have. And I just take precautions of not leaving anything out the bivvy, not leaving anything around. David Jones, do I rate Sissy Moore's liver powder? I've never seen it, but I suspect it's a good one. Yep, Stephen Harding, I use hemp oil in the winter. Really good. Mix that with either chili extract or beat the stem. Of course you can. You can add liver powder to anything, Peter Fuller. Welsh disease, Dean Cousins, is a really terrible disease that rats carry, which they can transfer to us in our pans or our cups or something like that. If it didn't take up carp fishing, what would you do? I don't know, Wayne. I'd probably be a mass murderer or something. Hi James Thurston, good to see you. There you go. Martin Deffridge says he has a pure one dab, but built-in battery, only charged 4 times a year, costs about 60 quid. That's what I thought they cost. Lee Price, good to see you, mate. Good luck tomorrow on your day session. Yep, always have antiseptic wipes, or I tell you what works well is the alcohol stuff that you can rub on your hands. Bob Cable says, can you overdo the liver powder or more the better? You can't overdo it, but you don't need to put loads in. You just need to coat them, get it to suck it in. Yep, carried by rats, Dominic, Welsh disease. Mike Swift, the Sandhurst Ripper. Not Fred Rest, Eddie East, Mike. David Jones says, which liver powder do you recommend? The one I use is the SSP Baits liver powder, because I got them to source that from the proper right place to get the liver powder from. It's a hydrolyzed liver powder. But I'm presuming most companies, their liver powder is good as well. Yep, a little thing. Cody I says, people wondering about waterproofs. He's just got an old Vietnam style poncho with a hood, amazingly packed down small, and can throw it on quick, goes over everything. Yep, really good little tip there, Cod Eye. Yes, you look like Charlie Bronson. Yeah. Funny enough, I've met him, Dennis. David Smith, good to see you, mate. Terry Smith says, could you recommend a decent fluorocarbon, also good camera? You won't go far wrong with 2 different price brackets, Terry Smith, for the camera. I use a 700D and I use a 70D. Incorporate that with the kit lens, and if you can afford it, get yourself a 50mm lens as well. And decent fluorocarbon, I like X-Line, is good for mainline, and for doing leaders and things, I like the Mirage by Gardner as well. No problem, David. John Smart said, what bivy light am I using? I'm using the Ridge Monkey bivy light. Yeah, it's a very nasty disease, Mark, isn't it? I'll pencil you in, Ian, don't worry. Good to see you as well, David Smith. Yeah, it's a really debilitating disease, the Welsh disease. Thanks, Stephen Brooks. Philip Grimshaw, how did you meet Charlie Bronson? That's another story, Philip, for another time, from what I used to do for a living. So, Ben Osborne says, why do you use hinge rig instead of a multi-rig or combi? I just like the hinge stiffies in the winter. I like that stiff bit that rotates. As soon as they hit that curve, it goes in their mouth. Good night, David Jones. Well, guys, we've done over 60 minutes. We've done over an hour tonight. So I'm going to call it a day very shortly. I just want to say I appreciate all you guys giving up your Tuesday or your Saturday, watching my videos. Really appreciate it. We did last month in November, it's still not over yet, we done 1 million watch time minutes of my videos on my channel. 1 million. How crazy is that? And it's all down to you guys watching them. If you haven't been into the Facebook group, you're not a member, get yourself in there, do a search for It Only Takes One Bite, one word. Sign up to that. There's over 2,000 people in that group now. Also, if you like the old hoodies and that, and the hats and the bobble hats and the mugs and the t-shirts, get yourself over to my shop at www.leoncarper.com. Got another video coming out tomorrow, which is about using stick mixes. And then I've got another one which on Friday, which is my second in the series of the winter edges. So check that out as well. And Monday is the first in the series of the winter campaign. So watch out for that. So lots happening. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate every single one of you being here. It's the community. This what makes it special. Not me and the Carp Dog. It's you, the community. Over 260 people in here tonight at one point. And it's all down to you guys. And I thank you very much for giving up your time. Right, that's me. I'm off. Have a brilliant Tuesday night. And if you're out on the bank, have a really good one. And I'll see you next Saturday for the live feed Saturday night. See you soon, guys. Thanks for turning up. Really appreciate your time.